Hello, once again. My name is Emike Oyemade. So, this next question says, should I tell my daughter that I don't trust my husband, my ex-husband with her? Him and myself, we are no longer married because he was never faithful to me. He had a habit of dating younger girls, which was why I walked out of the marriage. Now, absolutely, I think so. Now, it means that your daughter visits him. And I'm sure your daughter may have noticed that he has girlfriends who are probably as young as she is, and that's not good for her. So if you're thinking that, well, I think my husband, my ex-husband, may not be responsible enough with my daughter. Should I tell my daughter? I think you should. Now, I am one of those mothers who believe that you should never ignore your instincts when it comes to protecting your children, when it comes to protecting your child. So if your instinct tells you that you need to protect your child against your husband, especially because he has this history of running after younger girls, of course, by all means, you should tell her. Now, this means that you may not be able to stop her from visiting her father, but you may be able to control how much private time they spend together. For instance, if she's going to spend the weekend with her dad and you have informed her that, well, this is my fear. Now, no, don't get me wrong. I am not saying you should I am not saying that you should badmouth your husband to your daughter. For instance, don't tell your husband, your daddy is this, your daddy is that. But just lay your genuine concern that you want her to be safe, you want her to be okay, you want her to dress properly where her daddy is, you want her, you want to be sure that she is not sexually abused. Now, if we embellish the message, I think that's the right word to use. If we embellish the message like, well, your daddy may or may not, we may not be able to pass the message across, because I know of some people who try not to say it the way it should be called. For instance, call sexual abuse what it is. Don't call it, well, he took advantage of me. They are two different things. So tell your daughter that sexual abuse is possible between a father and her daughter, and that you feel concerned for her because her father is in the attitude of running after younger girls. I am sure that by now she must have known the reason why you are no longer married to her daddy. I think that is the point where you can begin to start the discussion, draw the discussion, and let her know that you are concerned. Just in case something comes up, she can talk to you. If she's not comfortable, she can stop going there. And if you notice anything, for instance, if the relationship between you and your daughter begin to strain, she's no longer talking to you, she's keeping things away from you, you want to dig into why. Because when sexual abuse happens, one of the things that young people do is that they withdraw. They don't want to talk about it because of the guilt and shame. They no longer feel close to you. So you don't want that to happen to your daughter, because if that happens, it will give an advantage to the abuser to continue. So yes, by all means, tell her. I want you to be safe. That's why I'm telling you. I'm not telling you because I want you to hate your daddy. You can visit your daddy, but these are my concerns. And from your question, I'm sure she's at an age where she can make certain decisions by herself. So if she chooses to not spend weekend with her father, I think by all means, that is perfectly fine. My prayer is that God, through His Holy Spirit, will give you wisdom on how to teach your daughter the right thing to do. I know that sometimes it can really be tough for single mom to teach children this sensitive area, but it is not impossible for you to teach them what is right. And I also pray that your daughter will be guided in the right step in such a way that whether you are there or not, she will be guided against any man who wants to take advantage of her. God bless you.